This is why I got an attitude about the story. Because somebody else's moment was hijacked. When you woke up in the morning, when all of us woke up in the morning, the story was not how great Verzuz was. The story was not, ooh, that was a Verzuz for the history books. The story was not, Verzuz was so good. The story is Tamar Braxton, Cash Money No Limit Verzuz. That, I think that did a disservice to the whole thing. Hijacked somebody else's, and I'm not implying that it was intentional. Somebody else's moment was hijacked. The next morning, none of the stories related to Verzuz should have had anything to do with the Tamar Braxton.
So what's the deal with Birdman causing all this chaos? Kimora Lee even has her kids calling him Uncle Birdman. Kesha Cole got into a fight over him. Now, Toni and Tamar are arguing about who had him first. People have been dragging Tamar for being with Birdman, but the Brat says it was Toni who crossed the line first. She even shared receipts proving Tamar was with Birdman before Toni came into the picture and tried to stay supportive. So, is the Brat telling the truth, or is this all drama? People had been criticizing Tamar for acting like Birdman's wife, while Toni, the real wife, was at home.
Girl, why are you wiping the sweat off of Birdman's head like that, sis? Now, as a married woman, I think I can grab the mic real quick and speak on this, because even though it may, like, she may be innocently doing it, girl, no, you don't do that. Like, the man's been performing on stage all this time and he don't need you wiping the sweat off his head. Now, I'm hoping it was just like a gesture, but girl, y'all are all performers. Like,
She was in the background acting like Birdman was her husband. At one point, she was literally wiping the sweat off his forehead with a grin on her face like he belonged to her too. Folks were confused and called her out. But of course, Tamar tried to explain it away, saying she was only there in support of her sister, and even posted a video of her and Birdman FaceTiming Toni to prove everything was cool, but nobody was buying it. Being supportive is one thing. The way she was touching on him was something else entirely. And they were seconds away from throwing punches when Towanda exposed Tamar for creeping with Birdman behind Toni's back. It all kicked off when Tamar decided to get smart and humiliate Towanda by bragging that she knew where she lived because Tamar helped pay her down payment.
Well, of course you don't come. So exactly. My thing, I know where you live because I put down your down payment.
Beautiful.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit.
But she didn't stop there. Tamar also accused Towanda of secretly using her credit cards for years without her permission. And honestly, it didn't shock anyone because Towanda has a long history of taking things that don't belong to her. We can't forget the accusations that Towanda stole their mother's social security checks and even pocketed money from Toni.
Towanda, baby, I love her to pieces. But hide your stuff when she come over, because she snatched the wig off your head when you look the other way. She's super sneaky, clever, and crafty.
What makes it even more interesting is that Towanda's bankruptcy filings say she owes nearly $500,000 in debt, and those documents specifically list a $35,000 loan from Tamar that went toward her house's down payment. So Tamar wasn't just talking. She had paperwork behind her claims, and it fits a pattern. Towanda helping herself to her sister's money, and then acting like nobody should question her.
You know exactly what you're doing. Don't be looking like that, you snake-ass son of a gun. Okay. You're a snake, and then you like controversy, and you like all of that. Okay. So why would you do that?
But Towanda wasn't about to let Tamar get the last word. Not at all. She fired back by exposing Tamar for sneaking around with her sister's man.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit cards. And help me.
But what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You stole men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them
a
few times.
Who? What man?
You not get the lead.
Oh, dirty low down ass bitch.
Oh, you such a liar. Such a liar.
And judging by the way Tamar completely lost it, she clearly never saw this coming. But the one who looked genuinely stunned was Toni Braxton.
Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton. I got Toni Braxton.
No. Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
I want it on record. I want it on national television. You want to say I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back when it came to y'all.
Towanda had clearly been holding on to this information for a long time, waiting for the perfect moment to use it against Tamar. And from the way Trina reacted, it seemed like she already knew, which made it even stranger. How do you hide something like that from your own sister? And according to Towanda, it wasn't just one of Toni's men, it was two. No wonder people say the Braxton sisters can't can't stand each other at this point. As soon as Towanda dropped the claim, the internet immediately started digging to figure out who Tamar was allegedly involved with.
The Brat and Tamar worked on Destination. They became close, they became friends, whatever. So if you know, the Braxtons came out last week and Towanda stated that Tamar slept with Toni's ex, yada yada yada. There was a Verzuz last weekend. Tamar was on stage with Birdman, wiping off his sweat, stopping him from drinking, getting drunk, whatever. Now it's going around that Tamar and Birdman dated back in 2003, and now we know that Toni and Birdman are married.
The Brat straight up confirmed that Tamar and Birdman were together around 2003. And here's the twist. That was before Toni ever got matched up with Vince. The Brat says Toni's involvement with Birdman came much later. And that's why she thinks it makes zero sense for people to attack Tamar over this situation. Because even though Tamar's sister later married the man she once dated, Tamar still showed support. This wasn't even the first time she hyped Toni and Birdman up. Remember when she and her son dressed up as Toni and Birdman for Halloween? That's the kind of stuff Tamar does. And the Brat refuses to let anyone twist it into something scandalous. The entire situation is chaos, and of course, the internet is having a field day with it. One girl commented on this, a lot of these celebrity men are pass. They like to pretend it's women, but these men are out here thinking they're players while getting played. Tamar just kept that money flowing for the Braxton household. And more said, cause nobody was trying to talk about it. But if it was the other way around, they would have dragged Tamar for filth. Toni gonna get a pass from them, sisters Chile. Yes, and thank you for posting before they had all these blogs. There was one called the Panty Report, and they did report years ago that Tamar and Birdman was an item, but he got tired of her and her sense of entitlement, and that's when she got with Vince sometime after. So what do you all think about this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, baddies.